Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Man, it is incredibly hot out here. We've been having 101, 102, 103 every day now, and I'm really getting fed up with it. This kind of weather we're having is usually in August, end of August. And it does last most of August, but we do get rain in between then. Anyways, I was in my garage and I heard the rainwater harvesting pump come on, and it's connected to my pressure tank and everything. I heard it kick on. I'm like, I'm not using that water. Why is it kicking on? I went over to the pump, took a look at it, and let me show you what I found. So I come into the garage and I seen water all over the floor. Of course I freaked out. So I shut that blue valve off there before the filter, and I noticed it was leaking right after the filter here. Let me show you. Right here. It was leaking out of here because the pipe outside was pulling on it, tugging on it. You can see the difference right there, about 3/4 of an inch. So let me go outside in the back there and I'll show you what's going on there. Alright guys, so you can see behind the garage here how the ground is separating from the foundation here. I haven't been back here in a while, so this is all new to me. So yeah, I need to start watering around here. That's the only way that I can't move this pipe, obviously, that's connected to my water pump. I'm gonna have to start watering back here so things will go back to where they were, hopefully. Really bad situation here, very, very dry. So it's leaking here, and I need to replace this piece here from this union. Now I really can't put this back together because this piece, the ground pulled it out. So they don't line up here anymore. So I'm gonna have to water the outside, and hopefully in a few days this pipe will move back to where it was. I don't know. Or I might have to cut here and lengthen it. We will see. I hope this doesn't break, but it's already cracked, obviously. Oh, it didn't, thank God. This is cracked somewhere here. Ah, right here, yeah. You can't see that, but it's got a crack right where the threads end. Yep. And that was the pressure from this pipe pulling up against it. So I have to make me one of these again. Alright, so I made me a new one. This is a 1-inch MPT thread to 1 1/4 inch pipe, and this is a union here. So what I need to do is put some of this joint compound on, or pipe joint compound, on the threads here. So I want to put that on the threads. Now, honestly, I'm just going to hand tighten this because this acts as a lubricant on the PVC threads, and it really works well. You don't want to over tighten these. Plus, if it leaks a little, I can tighten it later. Now, I can't really connect this right now because most likely this is going to break again, or maybe over here. So what I need to do now is start watering the ground out there, and hopefully the ground will start moving back to where it was. Otherwise, if it doesn't, I'm going to have to cut this pipe, lengthen it by 3/4 of an inch or so, and do it that way. I'm hoping this works. I mean, that's basically all I can do right now. I really don't feel like cutting that pipe and lengthening it, making it longer, because if the ground does move back, it'll be that much longer, and I don't want that either. It'll still put stress on the pipe in there, on the filter. So I'm going to do this every hour or so. Soak it really good, let it soak in, and then go back at it. Do that for a couple of days and see what happens. And if that doesn't work, then obviously I'll have to lengthen that pipe. I think it needs to cool off a bit. It's a little hot out here. Come here, Mia. It's been so hot, I've been hosing them down, keeping them cool. And he likes rolling in the mud then. So, can't be rolling in the mud, Tobe. Okay, now you feel better. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead. You like that, don't you? Over here, come here. Come on, over here. Good girl. She doesn't particularly like water, but once she gets wet, I think she'll realize how cool it is. Alright, go ahead. That feel better now? Yeah, it feels better. There, that should dry up a lot faster now. I didn't realize how much it was separating from the tanks here, the ground also. That's not good. The reason why that's not good, because you know the ground is shrinking, and here I got 2-inch pipe going across to that one, to that one, and to that one. Now I don't have it going straight across, I have it like a U. So it will be able to separate a little bit with no problems, but I want to keep that to a minimum, so I'm going to water this whole area down and around the tanks also. So hopefully to buy some time until we get some rain here. I mean, doing this is nothing compared to a real rain. But what are you going to do? Don't you try it with me, buddy. He likes attacking me. Always. And if I'm not ready for him, he gets me good. So anyways, I've been changing their water. I mean, normally this water, 5 gallons for these, what are these, 8 or 9, 8 chickens I have here, would normally last 5 days, maybe 5 days, 4 or 5 days for sure. I've been changing it now since the weather's been 103, 104 every day. I've been changing it about every 2 days. So they're drinking a lot more. Plus I'm changing it early. There's still about a third left in there. But the water gets very warm. And but still about 2 days and they're ready for a change of water. In fact, the other day I came out here and they only had about that much water in there. So luckily I came out here because normally I'd figure about 4 days I'll check it, you know. No, I gotta check it every other day basically. So yeah, let's go fill this thing up. We're not gonna let the water go completely to waste. At least it'll soak up into the ground there. Woo, is it hot. This water is from the rain barrels. I had to hook the hose right directly to the tank. Well, to the pump, the pressure tank. You don't want any grass or any junk in here because if it gets into the seal, it'll suck in air and leak all over the place. Right now, water is very valuable. Just give them some fresh water. I'm watching you. I don't know how much this will do, but man, over here it's separated like an inch and a half. Incredible. I just hope it just acts like a sponge, a dry sponge. When you get it wet, it just goes back to where it was. I'm hoping for that. You know, I feel like I'm trying to get the ground back to where it was, but I'm using a squirt gun. That's what it feels like. It's just not enough water. I just want to show you something here. Here's the tank. Look at this crack. Look at this. This is incredible. I mean, just to give you perspective, there's my hand. There's the tip of my boot. It's got to be an inch and a half. Inch and a quarter, inch and a half crack right there. Yeah, and it's that way all over the property. Incredible how much of the ground is split and so dry. Honestly, in the 6 years that I've been here, it hasn't been this this dry. Pretty close though. So I mean, I'm sure this happens every once in a while. Just kind of new to me. So like I said, I'm gonna keep watering that ground over there and see if it'll push the pipe, if the ground will start swelling up and push the pipe back. Probably not, but most likely I'll have to cut the pipe on the inside and lengthen it about 3/4 of an inch, and that's all I can do really. So today, what's supposed to be 102 today, today's Monday, Tuesday 102, Wednesday 102, and then they said 80% chance of rain on Thursday, and the temperatures are dropping way down to the low 90s. So that is I welcome that. And I hope it rains. And because I don't know how many days we went that it said 90-something% chance of rain, 80-something%, and we didn't get a drop. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but 93, 92 degrees will be very welcome. So that's all I can do is keep watering that over there. If by Thursday, Friday, I don't see any change, especially if it rains, then I'll just cut that pipe and lengthen it, and I should be okay. Now, what worries me too is I got 400 and, I don't know, 70-something feet, or more than that actually, from my well house all the way to my house of 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe also. Now that ground is getting dry and cracking also, and I just hope and pray that it doesn't crack and break. So that's why I'm really hoping for this rain Thursday, that we get it, because I know there's a lot of people suffering. Look at people with livestock too, you know. I mean, I just got chickens here. Not too big of a deal. Just keep them shaded, make sure their water is nice and full all the time, and they're doing really good actually. And I don't know how they could sit in a nesting box, and it's 102 outside, and I have the fan going inside the in the coop here, you know, just circulating the air so it doesn't build up in there and get hot. I don't know how they can sit in that nesting box. They're panting, you know, but I don't know how they can handle it, you know. So right now I'm really glad that a lot of my chickens don't have their feathers on their back because of the roosters. Actually, that's a blessing right now, because they're releasing a lot of their heat from their body from their skin like that, and they're shaded all the time, so they're not going to get sunburned or anything like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and a lot of people suffering right now with livestock and animals and stuff, and water is a very valuable commodity right now. So we'll see what happens here in a few days. Alright, so I've been watering back here for the last couple of days, and it looks like it got a little better, not much. Still a big old gap here, of course all the way down, but I was hoping this part here that the ground would go back up against the foundation and move that pipe along with it, because these are covers for the pipe. The pipe goes up and into the building. What I'm thinking about doing now is digging here and relieving that soil that's between the foundation and the pipe, and moving that pipe in to where it used to be. And because a pipe, it does a Z, it's kind of like this, then it goes down about a foot deep, and then it goes under the ground, and it connects to the main water line. But I may dig here and relieve some of that pressure from that pipe. Alright guys, you can see what I did here. They dug, and I relieved all the pressure that's in front of that pipe, in between the foundation and the pipe. I'm hoping the pipe would move forward a little bit now if I pull on it from the inside. If it really doesn't, that means it must be under a lot of stress right now, where it goes into the building in here. I may have to take this box off, but we'll see. But if I can get this pipe to move forward and line back up inside, then we should be all right. All right, you can see here that this is off. I measured it here. It's 1.5 inches off. I relieved the pressure. I lifted up on the pipe so it can move in and out freely. And it likes to stay at about right there, which is about 1.5 inches. So I started playing around with it, and it looks like I don't need to put the coupling on there to lengthen the pipe the 1.5 inches. If I, because everything looks like it'll connect really good as it is right now. Looks like I just have to put the union on there. Now this union, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but I didn't put it all the way seated on to the end there. It's pretty tight to where it is right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark it here. I did the same thing here. It looks like it's got about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch before it goes fully in. It's already fairly tight right now. So I'm going to mark it here too. And when I go to cement it on, I'm going to stop it at that mark and here too. And it looks like it'll work just fine, just to where it's at. So I really lucked out on that one. So here I'm going to mark it. And here also. Now when I go to glue it on, I make sure that this doesn't go past that line. Okay, there's one. And of course, when you're cementing stuff together, you got to make real sure that you got this on. All right, looks like we're good. All right, I'm gonna wait about another 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure this is good and cemented before I start putting pressure on it. Alright guys, I think we're ready to put it on. I always put a little silicone grease on anything rubber that seals rubber gasket or anything like that. Also on the threads. I just put a little bit on the threads. It makes things much easier when you go to take them apart. And that's about it. I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to it. It'll last you forever. Now we want to put that on there. The union. It's snug. And unions like this, only hand tight, that's it. Don't be putting wrenches on there. Okay, it looks like we're back in business. I'm going to kick the pump back on, see if there's any leaks, and try it out. Alright guys, it's been good 10-15 minutes. Whenever you're cementing PVC together like this for underwater pressure, it's good to wait 10-15 minutes. Make sure everything's bonded together real well before you put it under pressure. So, alright, let's try this out. I got to open my valve here. Turn the pump back on. Well, get electricity to it anyways. The pump won't kick on until it gets below 40 psi. I think we're good. We're good. So what this tells me is, if every year during rainy season, during droughts, that ground's going to be moving this pipe in and out of the building like it's been doing this year, or during this drought, what I may have to do is cut this here and here and put a flexible tube on there so I don't have to worry about it anymore. That would be my pretty much my only solution, and I'm going to do some research on there and find something it's comparable to like a flexible radiator hose in a car or something like that. You guys want to help? Huh? You want to help? Why don't you start pushing some of that dirt back in the hole? Huh? Yeah. I wish it was that easy. It's 101 right now. It's supposed to be 103 today. Tomorrow it's cooling down to 96. Oh, it's going to be nice. That 80% chance of rain is gone. I think it's down less than 40% now. But hopefully we'll get some rain soon. Maybe next week. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.